Hello and welcome back to chapter 4, lecture number 8, and we continue with framing and now focusing on the top windows, the side hatches and the rear of the building. There is a lot of framing to do, so continue. Well, we go back to the second layer and we copy the window, Shift D, M, back to layer 1 and drag this right there. So in edit mode, we scale this a little bit, not too much. So we put in it right there and grab these. And you want these edges in the middle. So right there. And same for these in the middle. Good. And I want to scale all of these coordinates because this is a smaller window and you don't want stretch UV. So quick check. So far it looks good. And I want a duplication for the left window right there. And then we need to put this inside because now they are hovering outside and we want them there. Good. Nice. Next challenge is the side hatches. So the framing. Shift D for the core file. So together we will do the left side and then you can duplicate it, turning it around and do it on the right. So before I turn this and start adding them there, I want to do the same thing as what we did on the front windows. So that was removing these X faces, X faces, then we select these again. And you can do it at the same time, removing and press SX0. So scaling X-axis to 0. And now they are ready to, instead, of course, we already tried to scale these a little bit more inwards. All right, and using an array modifier. Good. So how does the reference looks like? So we have a frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 1, 2, 3, 5 duplications. All right, well, that's okay. And I think that's still a little bit too thick. So let's turn this a little bit more inside. Okay, should be good. Well, for some reason, it did not SX to 0. Yeah, shouldn't be a mistake. So you can fix that again. All right, we want this 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. And now we go to the top view, go to the snapping, rotate. So now perfect aligned, turn it off. Drag this, front view, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have this side, drag it. And I can already see that the length is not in the right proportion. So let's go to edit mode, scale the frames. Yes. Turn them right there. And of course these, because they are almost like a square size, but still a little bit rectangled. Yes, so oops, we need to drag these as well. All right. So that means that we need to select the building and make it smaller. That's how we roll. If it doesn't have the right size, we scale it. Okay, just a bit more. Same for these. Okay, that's enough. I don't want a very thin building. So in edit mode, we bring this on the right spot and as, or let's do this in edit mode as Y, and drag it. Let's put it in. And we want a little bit of space on the left and on the right. SY. I'm so used to press SX, but in this case it was SY. SY a bit more. All right, check it. And I prefer to add a bit more of depth in the frame and bring it a bit more there. Okay, looks good to me. So what's left is apply the frame and grab the left side and bring this back so it's not a thin piece. All right, quick check. Looks all good. So in another lecture we will create the hatches and add it right there. It should have the right texture, and we need to remove the seam, and we can do that by making a projection as we did right there. But I will pause the video. I will change this texture glitch, and it's now up to you to make a duplicate and putting it on the other side of the building. All right, so that's your challenge. I will pause it now. And before you duplicate it, it's very important to select all of these and remove the doubles, because else you will have a challenge when making a projection. So that was still a quick tip. All right, pause the video again. All right, so what I did is I changed the texture glitch. So first I removed the doubles by selecting everything, T, remove doubles. And then I made a projection for these sidebars. And when I finished this, I made a duplicate by enabling the snapping tool, and I rotated it and turned it into the building. All right, so that should be work. And of course you can download this model progression in a lecture download to check how it works and how it looks like. So a couple of things more to do. So let's copy the core file, M1, and we need to rotate it because we need to work on the rear of the building. Yes, and drag this right there. We want these window frames, so put it in the position and scale it right there. Yes, and a little bit to the left and to the right, and checking to put it control point so you're having it right there in the middle, and drag this inside the building. Very important that we have some depth everywhere. Okay, and we have nice beautiful over there, so that's good as well. We copy the model to make a window right there. We copy it again, and edit mode, we scale it. Not too much, because we want not a really thin border. So something that fits this size. Let's putting it right there and scaling. Yes. Oh, we're doing well. We're almost finished with the framing, so we can do other work on the structure. Yes, of course, it's not a little too much inside right there. Looks nice. Quick check if the screencast is disabled. Let's duplicate it right there. Turn it a bit inwards. Not too much. And a quick tip. We also want a bevel on this frame, so select these vertices Control B, and make that. And we need to do this for all the window frame and door frames. Control B. Nice. So it looks way more friendly for the eyes. So what is left is a door frame, two extra window frames, and a side door. So I will pause the video again and you can model it. Good luck. All right, it's finished. So I duplicated the window right there, and I did exactly the same trick as we did with the side hatches frames and top window frames. I made an array, I removed the sides, and then retextured it. So if we put this out, you can see the ends are missing, but they are doing a great job. All right, let's put this back. And one final thing to do is go to the rear side, duplicate the frame right there, and check if it is in line, and it is. So we finished with making all the frames, and what you can do for finalizing is put everywhere bevels. So for these frames you can select the vertices, and the best way is just by clicking it one by one. So you won't do it control point to have it selected. All right, there is a bevel right there. So if everything is selected right like this, Control B and make a very small bevel line. And it's very important that your scale is 1 or else your bevel will not work. So it's nice there. All right, so do this everywhere for these windows, for this side, and yeah. So that's the end for this lecture, and hope to see you in the next one, where we will continue the development of the medieval building. Bye bye.